Hey everybody, Zach and Joe, your local Pittsburgh Realtors again with another informational video, this time with how to prepare to list your home for sale. So at this point, hypothetically, you've already chosen an agent, Joe and I, for example, and then you say, hey, how about you guys come over and take a look at the house? What do we need to do to get this thing on the market? One of the first couple of things we're gonna do is, it's what's called a listing appointment. You know, we come over, we check the house out. Maybe it is really run down and you need to do some work, or you want to leave it as an as-is sale where there's no improvements to be made. The buyers know that going in, or you want to really spice it up a little bit. We have some ideas for some curb appeal things. Plant some bushes, get rid of some bushes. There's a dead tree, cut the tree down, those sort of things.
Yeah, actually, sorry to interrupt. One of the things that I've read multiple times is one of the things that improves the value of your house when you list it is a new front door or a new garage door. That's the first thing they see when they walk up. And sometimes people focus on, do I need to replace carpet? Should I update the bathroom? But that first picture they see when they look online is the front of your house. So you want, if you've, as Zach said, if you've got kind of a rugged looking front yard, maybe you need to, plant some grass or cut the grass or trim some bushes or put some mulch down. Things like that are really, really helpful and bring back a lot in return. And that's the most common thing is if you decide to go the route of doing some repairs, we want to look at things and say, hypothetically, this is going to cost me $5 to do, but I'm going to get $10 back. Obviously, those numbers are going to be much higher. There's not many $5 fixes. We're talking hundreds or thousands in most cases, but we don't want to throw good money after bad, where you spend $5,000 but don't get any money back on the repair. Those are we're going to recommend you leave it as is.
As far as the inside of the house goes, you want to make it look like you don't live there, or at least it's lightly lived in. Yeah. We've both gone into houses that are full of things that we can't mention on camera, and it's just going to turn buyers away immediately. So the house, how it looks on the outside and the inside, even if it's just a quick cleanup, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah, just decluttering too. Like my house is very cluttered right now. I have kids and dogs and a wife, and when Zach said make it look like you don't live there, just simply doing things like sometimes there's too much furniture, sometimes there's too much just extra stuff around the house that you're used to seeing there. What we try and do is look at it from a realtor's perspective, not as a everyday usable space, and say, let's start packing some of the stuff in boxes, put it in the garage, put it in a pod, so that this house looks really clean and shows as best it can, and almost make it look like nobody lives there, almost looks like it's staged. Sometimes that includes, getting rid of sometimes people have a whole wall full of pictures, that are very personal, and taking some of those down. Or I had one guy who had a basement and he had every Pittsburgh piece of sports merchandise hung on the walls, and it just was overwhelming. And although it broke his heart, we did downsize some of those and made it look much more attractive.
And not everybody is a Steelers, Penguins fan. I'm not going to mention the Pirates. But I mean, there's other things too, other than just the physical state of the house. It's what time of year is it? Is it one of the better times to list a house? Is it coming into the slow season? What are the comps like? What's the average house in your neighborhood going for? Those are other things that we look at when you're getting ready to list your house. So there's a lot that goes into it. But
yeah, for example, what Zach was saying is, let's say we look at the comps. Everybody else had a brand new kitchen that's sold. And the people that didn't have a brand new kitchen haven't sold or have lingered on the market. And that's a big expense, but you might want to look at that and say, hey, I can only, hypothetically, I can get $200. If I don't replace the kitchen, I can get $250. If I do, and the kitchen will cost $25, that might be something you'd consider doing, or price it appropriately to compensate for that. So those are all the kind of things we discuss with people when we do the listing presentation. We can tailor it. There's no right way or wrong way. We can tailor it to whatever way suits you best. But that's the part of our job, is to give you that advice on what's the best method to achieve the goals you're trying to work towards.
First thing you got to do though is call us. So, thanks for watching.